We've seen what I feel like what we've seen. Core Wyvern win one game and lose one game, right?
Has it won a game?
Tava.
They lost that game.
Oh, but he went off. He went off.
He went off,
but he still lost. Okay,
I mean,
so have we seen it? I don't think we've seen it win again.
I don't think that.
I don't think we've seen it win again. But Pasha, the Core Wyvern. But
So they've got the ways to break the refraction. Vici's got good initiation. Their team fight's pretty strong. However, VP, they've got a good way to just stop the majority because they've got the global and they've got the global. Curse.
Yeah.
And you curse, like I was saying, you curse Io is dead in every situation, and then Gyro becomes a much weaker hero. That's why we're seeing Gyro get picked up, is because of the pairing.
And they have that Blade Mail Bloodseeker.
And they've got they've got the Bloodseeker to go for the Blade Mail as well. But that being said, though,
they've also got a Core Wyvern.
Yeah,
so that
VP's got a Core Wyvern.
I was going to say, I like a lot of the stuff that VP's got, but the questions are asked about the Core Wyvern. Is it going to perform?
They've got Core Wyvern, and they have a TA pick into several ways that can burn the refraction before BKB. Once he's got BKB, the refraction is going to be much harder to burn.
It feels like both teams have outdrafted themselves. They've both been outdrafted. Who's going to come out on top? Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of Vici Gaming.
I can't imagine.
This is Virtus Pro.
I can't imagine this top lane's going to go well for Vici. They've got the Venge and Bat, but I feel like they're just going to get cursed, and then the Bat has to, if he does get the 3, like as soon as he gets 3 stickies up, he gets cursed, and then he has to back up. And
there'll never be a kill opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like it should be a lot harder for them to actually set that up. We'll see, though. We'll see how much pressure they can put on Ramses and Bloodseeker. While bottom, they've got two ranged heroes, Wind Ranger as well as Wyvern. They should be able to poke and make quite a ruckus down here and really frustrate Paparazzi as well as Lanem. So VP does seem to have some incredibly strong lanes in that regard. But we will see.
One thing to note as well, VP, they do lack the stuns.
They do.
Only having that Shackle Shot and the Winter's Curse obviously down the line, but yeah, other than that,
they do have
not a lot of stuns compared to obviously that of Vici Gaming. A lot of stuff to throw out, magic missiles, homing missiles, light strikes.
It feels a lot like they really did just emphasize so much on the lane phase on VP already. First curse comes out onto 11. They throw the Blood Rage too. Now Solo will start getting turned on.
The battle begins.
Ramses is going to step forward here for the rune. Will he get it? He does not. 11 gets it. 11's going to take some heavy harassment. And is that only 3 runes? Someone killed one. Never mind. 11 was getting the second one. I'm blind. So Solo and Fenrir went toe-to-toe. Solo, of course, can't handle Avenge. Level 1. Not many heroes can. Not many supports can with that Wave of Terror now. So that might be the difference maker. That's the thing, is the Avenge. That might be what makes this lane maybe go okay for Vici. As Ramses right away picks up the magic stick. But he's eating a lot of harassment. As soon as this 3rd sticky comes out, Solo turns and throws the curse, so not allowing that 4th sticky to start to build up.
No, let's see how well he can do in this matchup. As it's always interesting to see. Obviously, the TA expected to have the better time against Alina.
Yeah.
But how much better is obviously what we sort of see the difference in depending on how good the mid players are.
You see those items on the bottom lane for Vici? They're also playing this really smart. You see how they have a double wave already? They have heavily just nuked and pushed out so they don't get double wave themselves and have to deal with double pressure from these ranged heroes. I think it's really smart. And looking at their items, they've got triple Fairy Fire on Lanem and even a Fairy Fire on Paparazzi. And he's gone for an extra Slipper. So just all about that right click early on, not really caring about the health or small stats or regen because he's got an IO.
Bottom. Return with the homing missile, but won't quite set anything up. Yeah, CS-wise, but yeah, Paparazzi having no trouble farming down here, top lane. Oh, needing him with the magic missile, the curse does come out, but already 11, he's on top of Ramses. Ramses pops the stick charges, trying to run himself away. The curse obviously hurting the Batrider a lot. They get the kill, but I think that's going to mean both of them should die. As 11, he's going to tick out, surely. Oh, he will. Double kill for Solo. So, I mean, you kill the carry, but Solo, he gets a couple of +2s. He's up to +4, and he gets a double kill.
You don't want to be losing it that early on either on these heroes, especially not on Venge.
Yeah.
Venge is one of those that you have not good int gain, so your spells do cost a bit of mana early on too. Solo. He'll be okay. Ori's all about the runes. In both games, just really consistently looking for them, just going for the bottle rush, not wanting the null, just wanting to make sure he has infinite mana in this one. Because stats versus TA, you're not right-clicking creeps. You have to be using your nukes for the most part to get those last hits. As Ori is looking for a kill on no one here. Gets the secondary stun. No one has a fairy fire. He's dead.
Ori.
He did not. He did not expect the illusion rune. That's what happened. Is he walked up to hit his Lina, Ori stuns him, pops illusion, breaks the refraction.
But solo killing no one in a matchup where you're the Lina and he's the TA. I mean, that just goes to show you Ori he's having a beautiful day today.
He's definitely feeling himself.
Game one, you know, he trashed Ramses in that matchup. Albeit in a matchup where he did have sort of, we think, the favorable hero. But this time around, he's a Lina. No one's a TA.
Look at this. He's putting the pressure on again.
Denied.
Bottom lane has been played incredibly well too by Vici, the way that I was mentioning, just keeping that, just spamming flak to push out the wave. They're actually getting paparazzi, a lot of secured farm, and Pasha's not getting as many last hits as he'd like. 9.
Top lane, the deep dive coming in there as they do find the Batrider, and Femra is very low as well. Ramses, an easy double kill. The pressure, and we are seeing the power of the silencer with that curse, making this lane very hard for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, right. Like the curse is just so good versus Batrider. And even all throughout the game. That's the scary thing. The one scary thing that I had for the Batrider pick was that even if you do get your, you blink lasso somebody, blink lasso, he pops global, you have no follow-up for that lasso. It can be quite scary. As Ramsey's top, getting dove again by the Firefly. Try to TP, but
he's not going to make it out. Solo will be luckier. Solo does manage to escape in time. This time Vici Gaming able to get that kill on Ramses without losing either of their heroes.
He got 5 stacked and they didn't have curse up. Mid. Just had Roger kind of sitting around the area, but no longer. $1K gold advantage though already for Vici. Experience 500. Approaching that 5-minute mark. We got runes coming out. Roger really wants his bounty. Has this 10-stick charges as well.
Top lane. Used them. Femra does get the magic missile out. Will die to the curse. Ramses very low though. Zori's coming with the rotation and Ramses will fall. Number 1-4. Sure, Solo gets a bit more in, but it is Ramses going down again on that top lane.
Yeah.
Ori getting involved.
11's not getting many last hits, but they're shutting down Ramses a decent amount. Also, yeah, bottom Roger would look like he was fine. He had 10 stick charges and a fairy fire, and he got hit by one of the
I thought it was
the IO spirits, and he just died. He didn't pop it. Maybe maybe thinking it just was gonna do less damage. Maybe he thought it was level 1 spirits. Put some pressure onto this IO gyro. They've got a shrine available, so they will be full healed. As rune control starts to become more of an importance for Roger. I think that's probably no one saying that as well, being like, I died because of an illusion rune. Please, like, give me some more information on the runes.
Tower is under attack.
So Ori gets slowed up, but we'll be just fine.
Top, there are 3 stacks on Ramses. 11.
Yeah, their curse is cooldown.
Farm.
They get the 3 stacks. They try to go for the stacks every time curse is down. So now this time curse is up.
Bottom. Pasha has a missile chasing, and the shackle shot does hold back Paparazzi. Pasha will be able to get himself away. Bottom. Looking to chase down the Batrider. He'll go straight for a TP out though. 11. Will be able to get himself back all the way back to base, and so he'll look to regen up and walk back to the lane.
We have any ancient stacks coming along? No, looks like no one actually tried to stack one with a TA trap. It didn't actually work out above him. Look at Ori. Ori's just so aggressive here. He gets the stun.
Oh, he's got Laguna.
He's got the kill again.
How does that happen? I mean,
Ori's just on fire.
did he not have refraction up?
It was used before.
It was still on cooldown, I guess. That was straight outplay. No room required.
That might be a respect tip right there.
No rune required there this time from Ori. 3 kills already, and 2 of them in that mid lane matchup. 1v1.
That was very impressive. Bottom, BP. Roger gets hit by the missile. Now the damage from Paparazzi, the barrage. He's dropping low, but the heal's coming out from on him.
Yeah,
They're going to turn.
Fire. I mean, this is... As I said, we didn't really get to see any of VP's games, but...
Oh man, VP's coming down. They're bringing Ramses too. Solo might just try to give his life here for Ramses to get some kills.
Okay.
Okay, that's one. Can Ramses get a second? Still only level 5. He gets a couple hits. He's going to get the movement speed though for Lanem, and Lanem is going to try to tether away with the TP.
Oh, that's cute. He's out.
And he makes it.
Lanem. Very neatly done there on that escape. Yeah, VP's got to be careful. They are definitely looking to be a bit shaky compared to the VP at the DPC season.
Oh, Ori.
Ori?
It's shackled, but it's fine.
So these little sort of misplays and outplays.
Again now. 11 able to find Pasha. Bloodseeker's going to be pretty happy with the movement speed from this, but... Turn over. Ori.
Just get the Laguna out. And he has been shackled. They're trying to punch into him, but look at the cooldown here from Paparazzi with the wraparound. Ori's still alive.
He's getting healed up from the tether. No, he does go down to the curse. Too many spells used. That was the relocate coming in as they try to go for the play onto the Lina. So the relocate actually only kills. Did it only kill Solo? No, I got another kill, right? Yeah, I killed Roger as well. So.
And again, though, Paparazzi and Ori at the top of the net worth. Having those fantastic times in lanes. No one just cleaning up jungle camps at the moment.
No stacks though. They've had no ancient stacks for him. So how are our levels? Level 4 Wind Ranger, level 5 Wyvern, level 5 Silencer. So they are a pretty decent amount behind on experience in comparison. 3k already. We're looking for Fenrir. And should
we'll find him. Another +2 for Solo.
He's had a lot, right?
He has had a lot.
So that's still that's significant. And 10 minutes coming around. We've got bounties and we've got runes. We see Ori as well as no one wanting to try to secure this one. It does spawn bottom this time, and now Ori is alone, getting surrounded, and this time no one with a little bit of help from Solo gets the kill. Solo didn't get the int though. Was just out of range of it. And now they're doing this dual roaming. Look at this. The Wind Ranger as well as the Silencer now instantly making the move toward top for 11.
Does go quick with the lasso. But indeed with the numbers that VP have, they should have a good chance. Or maybe with the IO. Can Lanham do anything to save 11? No, the Blood Bright Burst is too much as they claim the kill of VP. Now Roger on the retreat. Missile chasing, and Paparazzi looking to go in, close the gap with the Rocket Barrage. Will get a trade. As he finds Roger.
Yeah, that's the difference between when you go for the Soul Ring rather than going for like the bottle build on the IO. Just that overall different kind of sustain. If you had a bottle, maybe you see him get some heals up on 11, but we've been seeing the rise of the Soul Ring. Because, you know, Soul Ring Mac or whatever type of sustain for the IO overall team fight to just be tethered with that gyrocopter constantly. As Paparazzi is able to clean up this top tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And Ramses is actually just queuing up a first item.
On bottom lane. Roger.
They got scared very quickly as soon as the TP started coming out.
See if they can chase down one of the two of them. Curse still upon 11.
How's our core Wyvern? Alright, phase boots, level 6. Not so far behind our net worth compared to the Bat Rider. And still that same concept of if he just curses the IO, if he curses anyone who's next to like the IO gyro or the IO who's next to the gyrocopter, we'll just get that kill. And no one is going for... He had the Deso originally queued up and switched to Blink. I think he's recognizing he has to be a little bit more active around the map to give space. Because Ramses is having such a rough time. He's actually not even, like I said, not going for the Blade Mail. Just going for a rush BKB so that he can actually get into the fights. This is running into a gyrocopter and a Bat Rider, and Lina is way too much magic damage, even I guess with the Blade Mail, since they're at that deficit.
Radiant's bottom
Fenrir.
tower is under attack.
Right next to Pasha.
It's got to be careful. There's 3 members of VP down here, so Fenrir does not want to show himself.
Ramses, will you see him? Oh, they spotted him.
They know he's around. Oh, he's been found.
Give it to Ramses. Yep. They leave that last hit for their Bloodseeker. As they should be able to secure this tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Pasha does get the last hit.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Early Blink Dagger on Pasha would be really nice, because like I was, you're always going to have the Io and the Gyro paired together. He can look for when they are going for those split push. He can even just set up for his team. Shackle on mid does connect.
Yeah, they've got the setup and no one can close the gap. There'll be a self-duels, but there's no way that Ori gets out of this one. Popping the global as well. Solo making sure that there's no sort of save from the back of a Vici Gaming. They can get that easy kill on mid.
They saw the relocate coming. I think Solo just wanted to make sure.
And that is the Blink Dagger complete for no one. Going straight for the Blink Dagger first this game.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was saying he wants to be more active around the map in this one. Blink Dagger.
He's going to get jumped on. They've got the Winter's Curse to hold the Bat Rider in place. The cooldown. Bringing no one pretty damn low. Can VP back up in time though, because Pasha's trying to retreat with the rocket barrage. The right clicks Pasha. Just able to get into the tree line. The Wave of Terror doesn't quite catch him, so Pasha will live.
That was so close. So defensive Winter's Curse to save. Paparazzi actually put the missile onto Pasha there instead of onto no one. Yeah, I saw that.
Are fortified.
I think they would have had the kill on the TA if so.
Let's have a look.
Damn.
What we got?
First CIS player to reach 10,000 earnings. Look at those earnings.
$1.1 million and only 15 years old as well. How old is that?
I think 20. No, 19? 20?
Wait, when we were in Epicenter, he had his 18th birthday, I want to say.
It was
19th birthday?
It might have been 19. I think he's 19.
I'll look it up. I think he's 19, yeah.
Someone will tell us.
But either way, he's a young lad, Ramses. And doing, as you can see there, very well for himself, thanks to the good old game of Dota 2.
Someone will tell us, right? Some people are saying 19, yeah.
No, chat's saying 15.
Yeah, because you're a memer.
Yeah, he was born in 1999, yeah.
Okay, 1999. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, when you say it like that, makes us all feel old, yeah?
That doesn't make me feel so. As they set up for this tower siege with Ori, artillerying from the back lines. They will clean up that mid tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
As most people like to say, most important tower of the game, and when you're playing with the Templar Assassin also, because you have easier access into those Ancients now to mess with no one.
Oh, this game, as you can see for the probability, 57%, I'd probably agree. This is, this time around VP is, sure they're still slightly behind, but it's nothing like the same situation as game 1.
Oh, no, yeah.
Sure, the Paparazzi's Gyro is getting up, it's not a Spectre. It's still scary, but it's not like we've lost the game scary. VP absolutely still with a very good chance of taking this game.
Alright, London level 10. We've got the XP gain. I thought he's delivered the tome to himself just now. And I thought he might save it for the level 10, but ended up not. As bottom, they're setting up at the relocate.
They're a little scared. As VG are ready to fight, they go straight towards Pasha with the rocket barrage. That'll be the core wipe and gone. Power with the light strike and the Laguna Blade down onto Roger. They'll get a second.
The curse happens, but there's nothing hitting him. There's no extra targets.
They're trying to use it for setup, but
he can just blink out because nobody can actually deal damage to the curse in those situations. Only other heroes that are positioned around him or other creeps that are positioned around him.
Oh, mid lane Solo.
Steps up a bit too far.
He swapped in. Magic missile from Fenrir and in goes Paparazzi closing the gap. And Solo will be taken down. Another kill for Vici Gaming. 16 to 12 in fact, and now at a 4K lead, those kills adding up over the last minute. As Ori gets space to work on his Shadow Blade.
Some painful mistakes for VP. And there is a lasso now available too. So Vici can still look for these plays. Even though their relocate's on cooldown for quite a bit. Ramsey's still a bit away from that BK regen rune. 11. Does pick it up, gets ruptured as he blinks.
Keep himself on the high ground.
Scary place for them to commit forward on. As it looks like VP does want to complete a couple of their items before they try to take any of these fights. They're pretty close to the Desolator. They're 900 gold from the Blink on the Wyvern as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All three of those will probably come around the same time. The BKB for Bloodseeker, the TA Desolator, and the Blink on Pasha,
Radiant's
which they
middle
really
tower
need,
has been denied.
as we've seen for the fights. Paparazzi already with the BKB finished up. BKB phase drums. An IO. Definitely struggled to get the damage through him unless he's ruptured.
Number 11. Hunting up top. Poor Pasha.
He's got the Blink Dagger up.
And he goes.
They've got reload if they want to. Haven't quite used it. 11 has got this on his own.
Yeah, he says he's got this one. And he certainly does. 11 with the solo kill.
11 Batrider. I think we've only had a couple actually. I can
Radiant's middle
check.
tower is under attack.
Definitely seen a few Batriders. There's been 3. Okay, it's won 2 out of 3 of the games so far. I believe IG played it once that we got to see. I thought we'd actually see more of the Bat too, just because of the rise of Enchantress and Necrophos, but Enchant seems to be banned every game. Same thing with the Necro.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Shadow Blade complete on Lina, Mech on the IO. They've got good tools to go now, VG.
They've got a big timing window right now. BKB Gyro.
4-staff bat.
Yeah, everyone's just picked up a big item. We see smokes coming out too, so
Yeah.
they can set up, they can look for plays anywhere on the map here. They're just looking to push out their lanes first. So Io and Gyro, they can stay as a pair while the other 3 can look for gank setups.
Still working on his own BKB. Ramsey's not quite there.
Pasha's pretty much has the Blink Dagger now. And Pasha did, although he went the phase boots because he's core, he did go for the GPM time. I mean, we did see a couple of the damage towns, but the GPM is just feels so much better in most situations. The damage just feels like it doesn't really do anything. They know that this smoke is happening right now. BP. They have a sentry down in mid. They saw that Ops Ward get planted.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No one's got to be careful because they know this smoke is there. They do back out and the smoke fades away. Ramsey's. So this is the triple item timing we were talking about for VP. The BKB is about to be done. They've got the Desol. They've got the Blink. They have to just, it's all about watching the positioning. They have to be they can be the ones to counter initiate is the nice thing for VP with the global.
I can see VG really, they do want to try and find that fight.
Second smoke,
But
yeah.
VP just not in the neighborhood. No one else on this top half of the map on VP's side.
They know, they have to know that they're up here because bottom's pushed out and they know that Vici made the initial smoke move earlier to get up there.
Every coin helps.
Pasha trying to break it, walks up,
The fight
solo.
Yeah, they'll jump in. They'll get the quick grab onto the silencer solo.
That looked like he was just like, yeah, please lasso me. Because one of them wanted to tank that gank because they were off the map for so long.
Yeah, spent his money as well before he went down.
Yeah.
Able to pick up the drums on silencer.
Him and Pasha and Solo both were kind of like teasing going up that ramp for a few moments.
I'm gonna go for Roshan Vici Gaming.
And they get a DD rune as well. It's gonna die at a faster pace here. Solo's down.
I think they can contest it though.
He's only down for 10 more seconds.
Yeah,
Lasso's cooldown.
This isn't that big of a window for Vici Gaming to get Roche.
But the high ground.
They're gonna try for the fight on the side. They do get the swap, but that's actually gonna end up in the death for Femrit. No one jumps straight on top of him with the blink. Desolator and a couple of hits and the Vengeful's gone. Now it's Vici Gaming without a hero.
VP knows that there's a ward on this high ground on the near the Ancients. The way that Roger got Yules from the low ground on the high ground, so he puts a sentry down, actually off the mark. As VP, they check out the health of the Roche.
They can just go for themselves. They've got the BKBs, as you say. They're feeling pretty strong around the pit. Vici Gaming. How do they get in on this? They don't have the lasso.
VP has high ground vision on this too. They put a ward down. So Pasha's just sitting on the sides waiting with this blink dagger.
And they found 11-11. Blinks to the side, but Roger's there, ready to prepare. Jump forward for no one as well. The light strike comes out. Global silence from Solo. Paparazzi still trying to head forward, but he has been ruptured. The blood rides down. He'll keep himself to the side of it. Goes with the cooldown. The Yord Scepter a little bit off time there, as it's going to be the cooldown does nothing. Ramses gets the chance to pop the BKB as no one finds the Vengeful Spirit once again. Ramses with his own BKB trying to fight, but he'll back up. There's the curse on top of the IO. IO's got the setup for the shackle shot. Perfect play from Virtus Pro as they take the team fight.
You saw Pasha on the side, the patience. You saw Fenrir ran in and was attempting to make sure that he's like, I can't let Pasha blink. Walks in, even throws his life away to try to stop this, but Pasha gets the setup, allows Roger to get that two-man shackle. And was that nobody dying on? That was nobody dying on VP, huh?
Nobody died on VP?
I felt like it looked like a couple of them were dropping super low, but great execution of the fight. And Vici does suffer.
But they really have just so many ways to follow up that Winter's Curse. Blood Brights, as we saw this shackle shot.
Yeah.
Very easy for the angle to be found.
They also, the Vici didn't have their main tool. Like the lasso was used.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower
They couldn't get
is
that quick
under
pick to
attack.
start the fight with
Radiant
Attle.
structures are fortified.
Fighting around Global and Curse can be quite a problem for Vici. They're gonna have to try to find a solution. They've got to be able to find the Wyvern and the Silencer in those backlines.
We'll see it again here on the replay. As you say, sort of having to retreat. As soon as that Global Silence comes out, you kind of feel like maybe they were going to back off, but Paparazzi, he really wanted to fight this. He was going in.
And I think this is where 11's lasso is back up, so he's going to see him go over and use it in a moment, but it wasn't at the start of the fight, so it makes it a lot harder because they don't get that initiation.
Oh, straight down bottom, they do get the chase down onto Solo.
But no one's committing forward. Lanem trying to get the reload out, will be able to. Roger was so close to stopping that. We do have a pause, and we should see Lanem die down bottom.
Think so.
Incredibly close game, though. Pretty much even across the board. The experience is slightly favoring VP. Same thing with the gold.
Will he be able to tether across that creep wave? And go for a TP play? Will the time work out? Or
Roger's there with the shackle. I think
Sure.
it's very unlikely that he actually gets it off. Even if he does, the shackle might just follow him. I mean, we'll say that's the shackle.
Dead for 60. So decently leveled ire there. Top lane, Vici Gaming. We'll do something with the space. We'll get the tier 2 tower top as Ori and Fenrir push it.
Decent sacrifice. Save their gyro, get a tower trade, lose their IO. Actually, they probably got more gold out of that than VP did. As they do, of course, there is that level 15 was claimed by the IO during that last fight, and there is the Maelstrom finished on the gyrocopter. So the damage coming through from Vici is still incredibly high. It's just about if they can get into the fights to get that set up, if they can pierce through that global and through that curse. Roger now also has a blink dagger, so easier setups for those shackles to follow up for Pasha. And Pasha picked up a lot from the last fight, because only had the blink dagger, now has a full Aether Lens as well as a medallion.
Let's gonna have a pause here, Ramses.
Seems like we've gotten some lag. Yeah, I think both sides too.
Normally.
And Ramses is going back for Blade Mail, so.
Yeah,
BKB
we
and
did
then go
expect,
back,
but as you say, a little later down the build.
I think just because they were struggling so much.
But you
he's
had
just
to
like,
get the BKB first.
Yeah, he wants to be able to actually be a right clicker rather than just relying on tanking spells. And like this, I mean, the Blade Mail is still very significant. Even if he's got the BKB to not take damage from all that magical, the Flax and the Side Gunner always will hurt Gyrocopter a lot. 11 does have an early gem picked up for his team. Set up on the high ground here. Solo?
Gotta be careful though, when you can't afford to give that gem away.
Yeah, he's gotta leave
out.
it. That could have been, I mean, if Solo puts the ward there,
And finds the gem.
and they find the gem, that could have been devastating for Vici. But wants to place a bit of a deeper board. And also, look at that, that's a very different ward. Because that's outside of the usual sentries that we see, and it's not put on the high ground, it's just like a vision, it's a shrine watching and a pathway watching one. Solo always finds these, like, I think he always finds like these neat little wards that are a little bit harder to counter. As the full BKB now is being delivered out on the courier for no one, and with this Aegis, they're feeling pretty confident.
11 preparing for
Dire's
anyone
bottom tower
coming down
is
to
under
defend
attack.
this bottom lane, but no one will.
VP's preparing. They're smoked. They're darting across the map. They want to try to catch people on the retreat here. They already see paparazzi top, so they have to expect the IO and the gyro are already completely out of this one. They're just looking to catch any of the stragglers. 11 doesn't have the TP available. He's just gonna hide for the time being, though.
Regeneration.
Yeah, so then Roger just sort of chasing around the map, seeing if they can find anyone, but VG doing a good job of keeping themselves well away from VP's rotations, as 11 stays hidden in the trees, and the rest of VG starting to push out on the top.
Yeah, same thing.
Keeping in pairs.
Majority thing that we've seen, yeah, the IO gyrocopter tend to just push alone. And I think that was the BKB delivered for Ori now, so Ori does have his own magic immunity. Gonna help versus that global so he can actually do stuff in the fights and use that Euls in a more offensive manner than having to use it defensively every single time.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Roger's
tower
queued up his own
is
gem,
fallen.
so they want to match, they want to try to get some catch, because this is like that kind of game where if you smoke like once or twice and you don't find the picks, you're kind of assuming you're under ward vision.
Now there's the Aegis gone though.
Okay.
So not really finding a fight with that. As the game still sits 19 for 19. Just 1k lead
gold.
for VP. They've got Solar Crest now and Pasha.
Experience is starting to swing a little bit toward Vici. I think it's probably because of the IO having the experience gain talent and being just paired with paparazzi the whole time. Now with these traps, they do see paparazzi TPing away from the top lane. So VP gets a good amount of information from that, and Vici, another smoke. That's, I believe that's their last smoke for the next, at least the next 3 minutes or so.
We'll see if they get anything out of this one. A little unsuccessful with the last few movements, not really finding anyone. Will they find VP this time?
VP takes out their one obs ward. 11 is still looking to go for this play here.
Can he get the big grab? No one is heading across.
One's gonna walk right into them here.
No one would be the big fan. They'll see that that's gone down. They'll hit the trap,
Instant
revealing
goal.
that they know that they're there, and their global size does come out straight away in reaction. That's 11 gone, and that's the gem on the floor.
That's the most significant kill they could find.
They get the
actually
gem.
ended up getting him. Very fast by Solo. They were so aware that they were positioned there.
I don't know if they were maybe worried that they just saw, but yeah, there's just sort of the attack there from the Lina as well. As soon as the trap was laid down, because they had the vision with the gem from the bat, he hits the trap, and then straight away VP, they're going to know that something's up. It's not just a bat rider there, it's the whole team, so Solo able to have the information he needed to just quickly pop that global and make sure they could get the jump on the bat rider, because without worrying about the people behind him.
Yeah, they seem to have just an understanding of where Vici moved, because they saw the gyrocopter top TP to the base after the gyro. They saw it was a long TP. It wasn't a short, and they were pinging it over and over again. So they were like, okay, multiple people have TP to a tower. This could be a smoke setup. That's why we saw them smoke all the way down like that from that angle. It's good map read as they now gain themselves a bit more of a gold advantage.
Can't outrun
It's
a wildfire.
what we're looking at Lincoln's builds next, right? Because they're playing, yeah. So Lincoln's for the TA to try to not get lassoed at the start of the fights. Ramses is gonna go back for Radiance. Okay, Radiance still in the midst of these fights can be annoying.
Scotty Gold is there for Paparazzi.
He's got the full thing. Okay, decent stats for Gyrocopter, which I think that's like the biggest thing for me is Gyro's been nerfed a bit, but your stats just are so low on the hero, and they find an easy pick.
Straight up shackle shot opening, and Femra is gone.
Not having a gem right now on the side of Vici is gonna hurt so much. Them losing that bat gem. They're versus a Templar Assassin. Like, there's gonna be traps everywhere all over the map scouting your movements.
An interesting stat there as well. Femra, the oldest player at this year's international.
Is he?
29 years of age.
Oh, Fenrir's older than Lanem.
That's what the stats say. It said he was
okay.
29. I'm trusting the
They
stats,
they
man.
must be like very, very similar ages.
Right, we're going to check. Should we cross-check the stats, man? How old's Lanham? I'm checking this one.
I know they're all very similar age as me. That's why. Oh.
Lanham's 28. The stats man was correct.
Okay.
Lanham's 28. Fenrir's 29.
Good stat checking.
So does that mean they have the two oldest players? Which there's another 28-year-olds.
Probably some other 28s. Universe too. Fenrir getting gone on here.
Again. There we go, jumping in. They try and fight, but the Global's their reaction. They're going in without the favourable numbers, Vici Gaming. They do get the Winter's Curse down as well, wasting the time of Paparazzi's BKB here as it holds him in place. They'll move in for more. VP Ramses is taking quite a bit of damage here from the gyro. No one as well now getting focused with the Laguna Blade bursting down. No one's gone. It looked like they'd have it, but then it seemed like the power of the gyro and IO was shown once again as Paparazzi and Lanham, they just weren't dying, and suddenly an incredible amount of damage was coming out from this gyro. And Ramses, he had to get out of there.
The BKB, you know, they got the curse during the BKB, but
it looked
also,
like it was going to be good for them.
It also hurt Ramses' BKB because that was all of Ramses' BKB time as he's trying to hit the gyrocopter. So that's the scary thing always about Wyvern is the double-edged sword that can come out from the curse. But we did see that situation we were talking about from like the drafting phase and from laning with the silencer versus the bat. He gets a lasso, but then the global comes down and it's just like, uh-oh. But I also saw the side gunner coming into play a bit there for Paparazzi while Ramses is trying to run away. The side gunner keeps Scottying him and slowing him.
We'll see if they can get away with this Roche. They get the swap. Fenrir looking for Solo. Solo able to force himself upwards. We've got the cooldown, trying to focus onto the slide, so they'll fight him. Solo's out on the top lane. We've got 11 jumping in. Lasso grabs him back through the BKB, holding him down. Ramsey's surrounded now by Vici Gaming. They've got the light strike perfectly timed after the BKB wears off as they find Ramses. You'll Scepter set up onto Pasha in the mid lane. They're chasing for more. Pasha has the Winter's Curse back up. Will hold the team back. So Pasha's still alive for now. The Blood Right to follow up the two of them, but 11 blinks out in time. He's able to get himself out of the Blood Right. The chase is there. Onto 11 encounter players. No one blinks forward. Ori with the TP out in the tree line will escape. That was a buyback from Ramses.
That was
Vici were able to sort of limit their casualties. They're getting the main cause out of there. And 11's buying back. It's all about this Roshan.
I almost want to see the AoE of that curse because Paparazzi must have been on the like literal edge of it as he walked next to the Lina. I think if he walks next to Lina there, Ori dies. But just on the cusp of it. Able to stay outside.
So Ramses has bought back for this, 11 has bought back for this. It's getting to that tense point in the game. It is very close, 23 to 25, 1k lead for VP. Mid lane, there's the lead in. Roger's going to be there looking to cancel the combo. There's the global silence down as well. The BKB from Paparazzi to remove it. He's turning towards Paparazzi. So towards Ramses. Ramses able to get himself away with the blade mail. Now no one in the midst of it all. He's got his own BKB looking towards Paparazzi, but look at the damage coming out. Paparazzi, can they keep him alive? They can't. Paparazzi will fall. The silence curse onto the eye, making it so the Lanham cannot help his teammates for now. Ori does get the burst out onto Ramses, tells a die back. Down for 75 seconds. Paparazzi buying back into the fight on the gyrocopter. So now Ramses out for 70. Vici Gaming, they can look for Roche if they want with the safe knowledge that Ramses can't come back into this for a full minute.
The damage from Paparazzi, even though he's getting focus fired so hard, he ended up doing 5,300 damage in that fight. Pretty much the same damage as the majority of VP. And I think Pasha really wanted to save Ramses there, so when Ramses ran away, he cold embraces him, but actually ends up setting up Ori for a Laguna. Because Ramses just wanted to bail.
Can they steal this? I don't think they can't. They've got it. Ooh. 11 actually jumps in, sees if he can find an opening. Ori with the Shiva's Guard looking to try and slow down VP. He's got his eyes on Solo. Solo forces away. Ori still with the Shadow Blade. Does get the Yule Scepter set up onto the Winter Wyvern. The Light Striker Rage follow through the Shackle Shot attempted by Roger, but it doesn't connect. They get the swap back burst from Laguna Blade. Pasha's gone. VG now with the Aegis ready to push forward.
Aegis on Gyro and a cheese on Io. How do you pierce through?
Seems sort of the big annoyance so far has been the global silence. It's still down for 35 seconds though.
And Paparazzi's getting to critical mass. Satanic is coming out in the courier soon. He's about 1,400 away from that. Once he gets that,
he shouldn't die.
He shouldn't die. Because of course, even if you're disabled, your side gunner is still able to go off and you get that lifesteal. This is the dream items.
And we'll see it again here, just this fight. After they get the roast,
this is the one I was talking about. I want to see how close he was to the curse. Look at Paparazzi. Oh, he just turns. You see that? He gets the one auto attack on Pasha and then backs away.
You're right.
One step closer, he kills Ori.
If he was not 100% focused. He absolutely just
It was like
nonchalantly
right
walks
there.
into it.
He walked.
He doesn't.
He turned around so quickly.
Yeah. Bottom. Going to chase down Ori. Roger does have the gem, of course, but there's the counterplay, but there's the play on top of the play. With the global silence stopping the lasso, BKB's out from Ori, turns. The Winter's Curse is down, but it's not going to save Roger. And it's not going to kill off Lanham. Lanham able to be beefy enough to withstand the punching of his teammates.
He's level 22 on the IO. He's actually higher level than Paparazzi because of the experience talent. So having all that health, I mean, it's a 2,000 health IO with 15 armor. Speaks of the itemization. Who took the gem? So Fenrir now has the gem as well as 11. And I believe that means that VP does not have one anymore. Roger dying.
And I guess you do have to be careful, right, when you are Winter's Cursing the target that is next to a Gyro. Because if the Gyro has the flat cannon off, he's going to be, you're making him invulnerable, but he's still hitting your team. Right?
I'm not understanding what you're saying. Oh, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't kill him, but he's killing your team with the flat cannon.
Yeah.
So you don't want to Winter's Curse him, because he's not going to flat cannon his own teammates. It doesn't work.
Of course not. No, definitely not.
That would be terrible.
That would be like the ultimate hard.
Yeah.
Gyro pop flag, curse somebody. Paparazzi dropping pretty low, has the Satanic though. And you see the side gunner get like 1 or 2 hits.
Let's see.
I'm still not quite understanding what you're pushing with though.
Here you are. If Gyro
I know what you're saying.
uses flat
I know
cannon,
what you're saying.
the IO next to him gets Winter's Cursed, he's hitting the IO, but the flat cannon's also hitting VP, but VP can't kill the Gyro because he's invulnerable because of the Winter's Curse.
Sure.
Like, yeah. It's... Like, that's probably happening.
Mid lane. 11 gets swapped out, but during Rupture.
Alright. So the setup, there's the Winter's Curse. Down onto the Lina, the global silence as well. There's the blood right, the shackle shot to follow up. They're in a lot of trouble here, VGs. They'll lose the Lina. Paparazzi just gets the chance to get the BKB out now, chased towards Ramses. Ramses with the blade mail, but the sustain there's from Lanham, keeping Paparazzi alive as he got power through with the lifesteal. That's Ramses down for 70 seconds. No one. He's going to be going down as well. He's been cold in praise, but surely that's not going to be enough to save him. The refraction's not going to keep him alive as no one's taken down. He'll buy back, but Paparazzi moving into base, picking up a triple kill. Will be shackled up to the IO. Can they kill Paparazzi up? He's still alive. The lifesteal. The Satanic. He's back up to full. That's a dieback on no one as Vici Gaming moving up to the high ground onto the tier 3's ultra kill for Paparazzi. The power at the Gyro IO, we're seeing it once again here as GG is called.
Vici just 2-0'd
VP. How? The start of a very exciting day in terms of the standings in the groups, as not a result that people would have banked on coming into the day. You know, when you sort of look at the scenarios, you'd be like,